Hello, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Amy, and I'm always so honored and grateful to be your guide. So today I just wanted to give a few tips in order to be able to meditate. So this is for beginners, or maybe even for people that have been practicing for a really long time, but really have a hard time focusing sometimes. And so there is this notion, this thought of being prepared to meditate. And so it's very hard for us to be coming from our daily busy lives to just sit down, coming from this overstimulation and trying to focus on one thing. So that could be really difficult. So here are some things to be able to alleviate that. So one thing I really like to do before meditating is journaling. So basically you just take a pen and paper and just free associate and write everything that is going on in your mind, everything that's bothering you. Maybe you had a bad dream last night, and just sort of take all that and dump it onto the page. And the important thing is to not second guess or judge yourself. So just really getting every single thing out authentically and truthfully for you, so it's not whirling around in your mind, and you can meditate more freely and with an open mind. Another thing is having aromatherapy. So I really like to meditate with incense, Palo Santo or sage, and even some essential oils. So I really like lavender. That's really calming and soothing. And so I like to either have it on my palms and just take some deep breaths in, or even put it on my body if it's safe. So putting it on my temples or my third eye, and that just really helps me feel grounded. Our sense of smell is so powerful. So really taking the time to really, enhance our practice by smelling these smells, grounding ourselves, and it helps us take us out of our, busy minds into this present moment. Something else that I really like to use is crystals in meditation. So I really like to hold crystals in both hands. There are so many different kinds of crystals with different meanings and minerals from the earth. And that's another thing just to help you feel a little bit more grounded, holding something in your hand while meditating. And then it also it feels like you're getting some really great energy from the earth. You can actually feel like your hands vibrating with the crystals in it. Also bringing in a nice cup of tea. Or a blanket, and just really setting yourself up for this beautiful ritual that it is, and making it comfy and cozy and just really pleasant for yourself. Another thing that is really helpful is to really do some movement before you sit down and meditate. So yoga is really wonderful. Even if you just did a few cat-cow poses, just matching the breath to the body movement, just for even just 5 minutes before you sit. Tai Chi is also really great, and Qigong. There are plenty of free resources on YouTube that you can follow along. Even doing it for a couple minutes, they're really moving meditations. And that also helps you get out of your mind and grounded into your body, into this present moment, which we're trying to achieve, especially when we're about to meditate and through the meditation practice. Running is also a really great practice, so that really helps me just get into the flow. It helps me release thoughts, negative thought patterns. And when I'm running, even just a few minutes of running, I'm deepening my breath, I'm calming my nervous system, and then it's so easy for me to sit down and meditate because my mind is so clear from running. And then so lastly, also remembering that meditation is a practice. So the more you do it, the easier that it gets, like anything else. And you can just simply think of it as planting seeds. And just also knowing that there are so many different kinds and types and practices and techniques of meditation out in the world, and really discovering what works for you. So some days, maybe a certain kind of technique may work, and maybe on other days, it may not. And so I really encourage you to become really curious and discovering what kind of meditations really speak to you. Not everything is for everyone. There's not, wrong or right way, and there's no one size fits all kind of deal. So really just becoming curious and discovering what kind of meditations really resonate with you. There's so many different kinds of mindfulness, loving kindness, compassion practices, creative visualizations, and they're all so wonderful. And meditation can look like so many different things. So that's my tips for today. If you have any questions, you can please feel free to reach out to me at www.meditatewithamy.com. There's a chat box there, and I'm here to give you any sort of resources or support that you may need. So thanks again for joining me. Please stay tuned for my other meditation practices, and I look forward to meditating with you. Have a beautiful day and many blessings, friends. Bye-bye.